Listen up, bro. All you need is one client, just one client, to crack 3 or 5 or 10 or more $1,000 every single month. What do I mean by that? Look, bro, if you've been outreaching for months now, maybe 1, maybe 3, maybe 6 months, and still have no clients, that's actually pretty normal. I'd say unless you have an insane mentor, literally like doing one-on-one calls with you, or maybe have a very good course, I tell you, do not expect a paying client, especially a paying client. Maybe some free, cheap, low quality client that's almost never gonna pay you. Maybe, yeah, below 6 months, below even 3 months. Yeah, that's definitely possible. But a paying client who pays you multiple hundreds or over $1,000 a month in below 6 months with no testimonials, no good course, nobody helping you, no mentor, literally free YouTube, and unless again you're super consistent, yeah, do not expect a client. Because it actually took me over a year to like actually make any money online. It was my first ever $470, bro. My first ever client. And a whole year of hard work, lost thousands in courses just to make what, $470? Not even a retainer, bro. I mean, if it was like $500 a month, I would have been happy. But it was like a one time. I was like, man, this. But I was just too deep into this like copywriting thing. I've spent so much on courses. I spent over a year. I can't just change the business model or whatever. So after leaving the client, I started outreaching. I'm not even joking, bro. On my 12th outreach, after sending like thousands, by the way, just to land this $500 payment. On my 12th outreach, I didn't land $1,000 client. I landed a $1,000 a month client. So basically a $12,000 a year client. And in a couple months, I actually scaled him to $2,000. This is my first ever payment from him, by the way. And then after a couple months, I was like, I'm making like one and a half, $2,000 a month. Yeah, that's cool. I still want more money. So I started outreaching again using this guy's testimonial. And again, I'm not even joking. I think in less than a week, I landed another $1,000 a month retainer. And he was a pretty good client. I was barely working with him. And then this was actually an inbound client. I didn't outreach to this guy. But like I started reaching levels where a client would message me. It was actually a good client, but problems kept happening, so I would only make small amounts of money. But the work was super easy. I even outsourced the work. So yeah, I was still making money, but sharing the money with like, the guy I hired. I was making around $3,000 a month at that time, but I still wanted more. So I started outreaching, and in this, like in 6 days, I landed two clients, bro. Two calls, actually more than two calls, but like two calls I've hopped on where I closed two different clients, bro. One guy he was a guy who helps fitness coaches make money. So if you know Brandon Carter, basically the same niche where he was like a fitness trainer online. Now he helps fitness trainers online make more money. So he had like 165,000 followers. I landed another guy who's teaching people how to become basically closers. He had almost 700,000 followers. That was a very good client. And yeah, so two clients in 6 days, less than a week, bro. So long story short, I'm telling you, bro, there is no secret shortcut to that first client. No script, no follow-up, and no outreach method. And this was my biggest thing. I also thought there was just this one course. If I luckily I was spending so much money in courses. Like currently, as I'm recording this video, I've already spent over $15,000 on courses, on mentors, mentorship programs, and courses, bro. I spent so much money on courses. So yeah, you just simply haven't sent enough outreach. That's the biggest. It's not because your copy sucks. You could still lie to a client and make money, unethically, of course. But I'm still saying like it's even possible to be never written even practice copywriting and still make $1,000. Or it's not because like whatever. It's just simply because you haven't sent enough outreach. Like I bet as you're watching this video, you probably haven't sent at least 3-4 thousand like outreaches, bro. Like quantity over quality is the answer when you first start out. I'm telling you. So you're probably thinking, okay, bro, I'll actually start outreaching, but like how much outreach do I have to send? At least 600 outreaches a month. At least, bro. That's like 20 a day. Let's be honest. Like if you're telling me, oh man, I can't even send 20 a day on my Instagram, it keeps getting restricted, bro, just create a second Instagram account. Or use emails. Oh, but I've never done emails. Yeah, I know. It's gonna be hard the first, like trying to figure out the email thingy. Just use email. Try Upwork. Try Facebook, bro. Facebook is not that bad. I mean, I've never landed a client through Facebook, but yeah. So it's simply, bro, just do more outreach. Like, but after you land that first client, it's gonna be 1,000 times easier to land the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth. Like it becomes super easy, you know? Like it's so easy. Like I had so many clients that the clients that weren't paying me that much, maybe 1,000 a month, and the work was a little bit too much for me. Like I was just, it's just too much work for me. It wasn't worth it. I'm not gonna just, throw $1,000 a month client. I would maybe hire someone, maybe pay him half that money, and basically he does all the work. So I make $500 passively. So yeah, you land that first client, even if he doesn't pay you, by the way, he doesn't need to pay you. If you generated any type of result to him, so maybe even by 10% or 5%, you somehow increase his conversions. Even though, let's say he was making 5K a month, and now you made him an extra 1,000, so now he makes 6K a month. You could change the wording. So instead of saying, yo, bro, I scaled this guy from 5 to 6K a month, you just say, yo, bro, I took client's name and increase its conversions by 20%. You're still not lying. So when you use that outreach instead of some, outreach where you don't have any case studies, any testimonials, bro, when you have like an actual case study, you show people you have experience, and not just experience, but you actually generated results, you're already in like the top, like I'd say top 10, probably even higher than top 10% of all the outreaches. Because I handle my clients' Instagrams, and I'm telling you, bro, they get so much outreach. All of it is garbage. Like, and sometimes if an outreach is actually good, I myself would like actually send that outreach to, the client himself. Like when it's actually worth checking this guy out. Like when your outreach is that good, even if not the actual owner sees the message, his like employee or team is probably gonna see it and be like, if this guy can actually probably grow the account or the business, and if the business grows, I myself gonna make more money. Let me forward this message to the client. So yeah, man, just send more outreach, just land one client. Don't expect him to pay you. I mean, he could definitely pay you, but again, don't expect him to pay you. You have to struggle at first. So yeah, man, good luck out there.